My name is Artetak, and this is my first time at a horror convention. My first time at a horror convention, I was invited by my friend who goes by Circus Indy, and he kind of has this persona of, I don't know, it's just this weird, creepy clown guy. He invited me out to be a booth babe, which he basically wanted me to dress, I guess, just kind of spooky and be by his booth and bring more people, because a lot of people are scared by clowns and don't want to approach his booth. But when they have a girl that's dressed kind of like scantily clad at the booth, they'll be like, I'll come over. So I went. I had never been to a horror convention before. So I did a cosplay of Baby Firefly from House of a Thousand Corpses. And if you haven't seen the movie, her butt's out a lot. So my cosplay was completely assless chaps. I remember I came down the elevator, and from the front, I just looked like, you know, kind of baby in a blonde wig with the jeans, and then I turned around and it was just complete ass out, and it was the entire convention just Gary Busey was there. He was horrifying. Like when you went to get his picture, a picture with him, he would be like, oh wait, let me get my knife. And would just pull out his knife for no reason. I can tell you this weird, horrible story about a convention I went to in Kentucky. And I don't even know where it was, because it wasn't even in like a major city. It was literally a gymnasium. That convention had like one of the actors that played Jason Voorhees and one of the actors that played Michael Myers. After all day sitting at my booth and them coming up and talking to me, they found out what hotel room I was in from another person who was there. And that night, while I was back in my hotel room, we get a knock on the door, and it is Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers trying to get into my hotel room at like 2 in the morning in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky, and it's terrifying. At one of the horror conventions here in Atlanta, they were doing a midnight screening of The Human Centipede 2. Nivek Ogre from the band Skinny Puppy was down there, and he had eaten an entire bag of pot brownies. So he was completely out of it in this theater watching The Human Centipede 2, and everyone that's in there is like, oh my God, it's Ogre, and just going up and hanging out with him, and he was so out of it, he didn't care, and just was like, all right. Once again, I'm Artetak, also known as Kate Logan. You can find me at artetak.org, A-R-T-E-T-A-K, or you can just find me on Instagram at Artetak, or on Facebook at Kate Logan Art.